I wanted to make a quick video and share something that I think is very, very interesting and also extremely counterintuitive. Now, one of the triggers that we have is called, out of the 11 triggers, is called power. And the whole purpose of the power trigger is to let the to clearly communicate to the user that they have the power, that they are driving the shopping experience. And it turns out that when consumers know that the whole experience is about them and not about you, they have a lot more confidence and there's a much higher likelihood of them converting. So just keep that in mind. Now, the other thing we know about conversion optimization is that we should remove all friction. And as anyone can imagine, the most critical step in the entire checkout process is getting people to give up their credit card information. And once they've given up their credit card information, we simply don't want to add any friction at all, correct? I'm going to show you an example where the power trigger, just to show you how powerful the power trigger is, I'm going to show you an example where someone has actually not done that. They've actually applied friction after they've got my credit card information, which almost nobody that I know has the courage to do, right? Because it seems like pure suicide. But I'm going to show you something very interesting. So I'm signing up for a conference, and in order to sign up for the conference, I have to give up my information, and then I have to give up my not give up. I should give my credit card information over here, which I have obviously left blank for obvious reasons. And then I actually had filled this out before I made the video because I didn't know that they were using the power trigger in this way. So I filled it out, and you would expect at this point, once they've got my telephone number, that they'll just essentially this button over here, pay now, they would just place that right over here. And if they want to get additional information from me, they probably would have asked for it on the next page. They could have easily asked for it on the next page. That way they're not jeopardizing the sale. But that's not what they did. What they did was they've asked me some very complicated questions. So for example, they're saying, how did you hear about the industry event? And they want me to make a selection, which is fairly straightforward. What do you want to do at the event? Now, I hadn't thought about this, but so it's going to take time to think about it, but it's a clear use of the power trigger, right? Because it's clearly demonstrating to me that these guys are really interested in getting why I want to go for the event. Now they're asking me more questions. They're saying, it says over here, I consider myself to have this product management superpower. Now you have to check the ones that apply. That's a very complicated question. I can't imagine anyone who's filling this out would be able to answer this in 10 seconds. But it's again a really good power trigger. This also, so they've asked like 4 really dense questions that are completely driven by power for the buyer. The point I'm trying to make is that this would seem like a terrible idea, but I can tell you it's actually not, because what it's doing is by demonstrating to me that I have the power, they're actually increasing the likelihood of me converting. So I wanted to just quickly make this video and show how the power trigger can be used even in very unconventional ways. I hope you have a good day.